The story of the computer doesn't begin with electronics, but with the human need to count and calculate. For millennia, simple tools were our aids, and ancient people grappled with basic counting, keeping track of seasons, livestock, and transactions. Around 2700 BC in Mesopotamia and China, the abacus is developed. This simple frame with beads remains the world's longest used calculating device. In 1642, Rouen, France, Blaise Pascal, a young French mathematician, invents the Pascaline, or arithmetique, the first mechanical calculator capable of addition and subtraction. It used a series of gears and wheels. The 19th century brings the radical idea of a programmable machine, the conceptual ancestor of the modern computer. In 1822, London, England, Charles Babbage designs the difference engine, an automatic mechanical calculator designed to accurately compute polynomial functions and create error-free tables for navigation. In 1837, London, England, Babbage conceives of the Analytical Engine. This machine was designed with an arithmetic logic unit, ALU, memory, and the ability to be programmed using punched cards, the defining components of a modern computer. In 1843, London, England, Ada Lovelace, collaborating with Babbage, writes the world's first algorithm, intended to be processed by the Analytical Engine. She is now credited as the world's first computer programmer. The 20th century sees the rise of electricity, moving computation from purely mechanical gears to electromechanical switches. The urgency of World War II accelerates development. In 1936, Konrad Zuse, working in his parents' living room in Berlin, Germany, invents the Z1, the first freely programmable binary computer, a mechanical machine that was the precursor to his later electronic models. In 1944, in Harvard University, Cambridge, Massachusetts, USA, the Harvard Mark I, officially the IBM Automatic Sequence Controlled Calculator ASCC, is completed. It was a massive electromechanical machine used for military computations. During World War II, in 1943 to 1945, in Bletchley Park, England, the British developed Colossus, a series of secret electronic machines designed by Tommy Flowers to help decrypt German ciphers. It is one of the world's first electronic, digital, and programmable computing devices. The invention of the electronic valve, or vacuum tube, allows computers to operate at speeds far beyond electromechanical switches. This marks the true birth of the electronic computer. In 1945, in the University of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, USA, J. Presper Eckert and John Mauchly create the ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. It used nearly 18,000 vacuum tubes and was the first general-purpose electronic digital computer. In 1951, Universal Automatic Computer, or UNIVAC-1, is delivered to the U.S. Census Bureau. It is the first commercial computer produced by Eckert-Mauchly Computer Corporation in the United States, and famously predicted the result of the 1952 presidential election. The invention of the transistor and the integrated circuit dramatically shrank the size, power consumption, and cost of computers, moving them out of specialized labs and into businesses. In 1947, Bell Labs, Murray Hill, USA, John Bardeen, Walter Brattain, and William Shockley invent the transistor. This tiny device replaces bulky, heat-generating vacuum tubes. In 1958, in Dallas, USA, Jack Kilby from Texas Instruments invents the integrated circuit IC, placing multiple transistors and components onto a single semiconductor chip. This is the foundation of modern microelectronics. In 1964, IBM launches the System 360, a family of computers that introduced the concept of a compatible computing architecture, allowing businesses to upgrade without rewriting all their software. The creation of the microprocessor puts the power of a computer on a single chip, making personal computing a reality. In 1971, Intel releases the 4004, the first commercial microprocessor, a computer on a chip designed by Federico Faggin, Marcian Hoff Jr., and Stanley Mazer. In 1975, Albuquerque, USA, the Altair 8800 is released, considered the first personal computer, igniting the homebrew computer club and the start of the PC industry. This also made Bill Gates and Paul Allen to write programs for Altair 8800 and found Microsoft. In 1976, Silicon Valley, USA, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak co-found Apple and introduced the Apple I. In 1981, Boca Raton, USA, IBM releases the IBM PC, standardizing the architecture that would dominate the business world. In 1984, Cupertino, USA, Apple introduces the Macintosh, popularizing the graphical user interface, GUI, mouse and desktop metaphor, making computers accessible to the masses. In the 1990s, the focus shifts from standalone machines to global connectivity and mobile devices. During 1989 to 1991, in CERN, Geneva, Switzerland, Tim Berners-Lee invents the World Wide Web, defining HTML, HTTP, and URLs, creating the foundation for the modern Internet. In 1998, in Menlo Park, USA, Google is founded, revolutionizing how we search and access information on the web. In 2007, in Cupertino, USA, Apple releases the iPhone, ushering in the era of mobile computing, putting immense computational power and connectivity into the palm of every user's hand. The story continues with the rise of cloud computing, big data, and artificial intelligence, AI, where computational power is increasingly delivered wirelessly and is becoming smarter and more integrated into our daily lives. Today, we have smart houses with smart devices, AI-powered self-aware robots working for us. We even ride in AI-powered self-driving cars. Let's hope this evolution of computers take us to a beautiful future,